Chapter 9, The Letter A by Darren, Sardelli. This is a funny poem about the first letter of the English alphabet, that is A. The letter A is awesome. It simply is the best. Without an A, you could not get an A+ on the test. You'd never see an acrobat or eat an apple pie. You couldn't be an astronaut or kiss your aunt goodbye. An antelope would not exist. An ape would be unknown. You'd never hear a person say afraid or all alone. The A in avocado would completely disappear, and certain words would be forgotten, like ankle, arm, and ear. In this poem, the poet tells us to imagine that if the letter A, which is very awesome, very good, very great, and simply the best letter, because it is the first letter of the English alphabets. Because without this alphabet, you would never be able to get an A+ in your test. Then he goes on to say the words you would never see an acrobat. Acrobat is gymnastics. And you would not even be able to eat an apple pie because the letter A wouldn't exist. And then he goes on to say that there wouldn't be words like astronaut, or you wouldn't be able to say the word aunt. Then also he goes on to say the words like alone and all alone and afraid wouldn't exist. Fruits like avocado and certain words like ankle, arm, ear, all these words that have the letter A wouldn't exist. We wouldn't have these words, or we wouldn't even have these things if the letter A was not there. Later, the poet goes on to say that without the A, you couldn't aim an arrow in the air. You wouldn't ask for apricots or almonds at a fair. Then he says that Aruba and Australia would be missing from the map. You'd never use an ATM, an apron, or an app. The Arctic fox and aardvark would be absent from the zoo, and vowels as you know them would be E, I, O, and U. There wouldn't be an A chord or on the instruments you play. Let's appreciate, admire, and applaud the letter A. The poet says that you wouldn't be able to aim an arrow in the air because all these words have got A. There wouldn't be the Arctic, the Australia, the continents like Australia and places like Aruba, and there wouldn't be ATMs, there wouldn't be aprons and apps, and also the Arctic fox, and there would be the vowels would be missing, would be only 4 letters, that is E, I, O, and U. The A wouldn't be there in vowels, and then there wouldn't be an A chord in the musical instruments that you play. And he says, in spite of that, let us therefore, because these words, alphabets, these things wouldn't be there without the letter A. So we should even then appreciate this alphabet A, and we should applaud, clap for it, and admire the letter A, because if that wouldn't be there, these things wouldn't be there. Any of the letters having the alphabet A or starting with alphabet A, all these words wouldn't be there and these things wouldn't exist. This is an imagination of the poet. But in reality, language developed much later than the humanity, and so all these things were there. But according to the poet's imagination, as this is a poem, and in a poem you can use your imagination to any extent. So the poet says that these things wouldn't exist if the letter A wouldn't be existing. So that is the appreciation we should give to the letter A as per the poet.